Smell what the flock is cooking. Flock up or flock off. Not you. Stick around because it's about to go down. You now flock with the most energetic entity here in the Eagleverse. Here on a Thursday for the first time in a long time. We're going to make it a strong time. You know how I like to do around this time. About this time. At this time, it's always Eagles and clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak in, and give it a ah! Let's go. Let's flock and go. Whoa, it getting up over here. What we got from our flock docs today? What's on the prescription? What are we dishing out? Of course, it's a Thursday, so we're going to get into it. You know what? Around this time, I usually, I used to all the time, feathers to the haters and all that. I got to protect my energy, so we kind of veered off of that. Plus, it required a whole lot of penmanship. And you know what? I could have kept, regardless of what, but that was feathers for the haters. And we're giving too much energy to the haters, too much airplay. You feel me? Too much flying around them haters. So today, I figured, we're going to give flowers to the hated. Jalen Alexander, the great Hurts, deserves as much. So we're just going to give a little bit, and we're going to get into a little bit of the past, a little bit of into the present, a little bit of what's to come in the future. And of course, seems to be the hot topic around the Eagleverse right now is Zach Baun. Dragon Baun Z. My boy. Like, we're going to keep him, we're going to leave him. I don't know, man, but I could see it going both ways. But we're going to get into that. Before we get into that, let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you bought that fly, Eagles fly. Drop a comment in that box if you flying with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Note again, you hit that bell. You get a ding whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. And while that's the maniac thing, let's keep the main thing. Hope this video finds you a good vibes. Fly ties, fly eagle, fly skies. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there. Because we're about to go there. Oh, yeah. Let's fly and go. Yeah, man. So it's just it's been crazy things, and I'm gonna be all over the place with this because that's pretty much the nature of the maniac, regardless of whom or what. So, just right off the bat, the two things I seen, like I was telling y'all the other day, Mega Maniac, he's kind of upset with me that I'm even taking this approach, comparing him to some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Just a quick sidebar, real quick, before we even get into that. Like, I'm hearing a lot, and a lot of Eagles fans may get mad at me for what I'm about to say, but what real beef do we have with the Chiefs other than, them robbing us of our Jalen Hurts' first Super Bowl? But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, a lot of people are saying, because everyone's caught up in this recency bias, everyone's caught up in saying, oh, Mahomes lost, he got spanked like that by the birds, dogs. We can't even call him the GOAT no more. If we're looking at trajectory and where someone's career is going and where someone was at the time, comparatively to another person where they're at, when we're comparing them together at the same time, Mahomes' numbers is blowing Brady's out of the water. Like, it's not even comparable. People seem to forget. We see how Brady ended up. Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's got 7 championships. And I heard someone else say it earlier today, and it's such a great point. Like, I get it. We tend to judge these quarterbacks by the amount of Super Bowls they have. But, isn't the Super Bowl more of a team accomplishment than a player? I believe they were talking about that on the facility. And furthermore, I'm like, okay, let's bring it back in. Come on. I need a straight jacket, y'all. Like, I try to stay in a lane. So I say all that to say, like, we're looking at where someone's at right now, and we put those careers together, and we compare them back and forth. And like I said, Mahomes is blowing Brady out of the water. Towards the end, yeah, he's got the accomplishments, he's got the Super Bowls, he's got 7 more than anyone else, and that's great. He's flocking amazing. Let's not get it twisted. His delivery, the quarterback that he became, of course, was way more better than the quarterback that he was in the beginning of his career. A lot of people weren't around for this. I have the liberty of being a little old over here, you feel me? But the defense carried those first, let's say the first 3 Super Bowl runs that they went on. Albeit, and I hate to use the term, but you know what? Cam Newton has brought accolades. He's brought respect to this term because he's explaining it the way it needs to be explained. I know a lot of people mad at him too because of, the back and forth, not so much the back and forth, but some of the things he said about our quarterback. But these are just opinions, and these, they're like, everyone's got one, or everyone's entitled to their own, regardless of whom or what. The game manager hat that everyone, puts on people now is almost like a term of disrespect, and it's really not. He did what he had to do to get his team to win. And that's what I love most about the quarterback that we have. Forget all the numbers aside, albeit he does have some pretty gaudy numbers, some pretty dope numbers compared to some of these Hall of Famers. Regardless of what, I just, people get caught up in the moment and they're gonna throw these things and throw that on it. Like right when you're sitting right there in the moment, and you're looking at where someone's at this point in the career, where someone else was at the same point in their career. Like I said, Mahomes is blowing Brady out of the water. Had a bad game against a great defense. Not that much of a team. Like they were decimated. Nope, I'm not gonna pull my birds. What are we talking about here? But I mean, we took care of business. They were issues and gishes, gadgets and gears and all kinds of things spending all season, a lot of trickology, whatever you want to call it. And we finally made that they had to pay the piper. We smacked them up, yacked them up. BTA, you heard me? Belt their ass all day. Yeah. So, we're going to get into it. I mean, we're looking at, I know it's talking about Brady. We're going to get to Brady in a second. And I mean, I saw something else. Oh, man, who had it? They were breaking down the AV of Jalen Hurts compared to Lamar and... If you don't know what AV is this new stat I've been seeing popping around. I've been like, annual value, like, what does that mean? Approximate value is this new stat they have. I believe StatHead uses this. A lot of people, I see it on a lot of player stats now. Like, what is AV? I don't give a damn what someone's getting paid. And I'm like, 71. Jalen Hurts is getting $71 million? No, that can't be. Regardless, why? I got to learn how to use these things, man. So... Jalen Hurts had a higher approximate value than what? The only person that he was lower than was, of course, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, what he brings to his team is, like, ridiculous. He's one of the rare few quarterbacks in this league that you could say makes the team, like, actually can carry a bad team. Not so much a bad team. They're still a great team, a great coach team and all of that. But, I mean, they lost Tyreek Hill and went on to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Like, what other team, like, you see Tyreek Hill go out for the Dolphins, they're done, they're cooked, it's over, it's a wrap, curtains, you feel me? But this guy loses Tyreek Hill and they go on to win 2 Super Bowls in a row. You've got also a guy like Josh Allen, you know, he loses his top guy and they get back to the AFC Championship game. Now, you know, we'll see if our boy Jalen Alexander the Great. Well, hopefully we don't ever have to see that because we have a GM that knows how to keep things together, keep things tight, keep things going the right way, the way it needs to be going. You feel me? Well, he's going to have these dudes for what? Another 2-3 years as a tandem when we were talking about A.J. Brown and Smitty. Is it 2 more years or 3 more years? Regardless of what? 2 at the very least, 3 at the most, maybe even 4 because they may even extend these guys. So I don't even want to think about that. However, when you're looking at approximate value, he's got a higher approximate value than Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and, you know, these are the guys that everyone's saying is above him. But, you know, the numbers is the numbers, you know. I can't lie. He's not like leap years, like leaps and bounds way ahead of these guys, you know. Being that it's approximate, I'm seeing it, you know, these guys are pretty much all in the same arena. You know, I believe it's like 71, 68. Joe Burrow, I believe, is the only one that, I think his dropped to like 56 or something crazy, which is wild, but that could possibly be due to the, like, I don't know what the metrics they use for this approximate value, but I imagine being that his is so low, it may have something to do with injuries. Regardless, Jalen Hurts has higher than them. And then another person, the Hall of Famer, the first one that we're going to bring up is Drew Brees. This dude, he's at a 70, at this point in their careers, comparatively, Jalen Hurts is at a 71. Drew Brees is at a 48, and I mean, he's smacking Drew Brees up in every damn category except for pass TDs, and they're tied there. Everything else, he's blowing them out of the water. 62 games of 58 games, 71, 45, and 17, 30 and 28, 65.4 completion percentage to 62.3 pass yards, 13,000 to 12. Like, it's just... It's wild. It's wild. I know I need to get back on my graphic game, but, you know, y'all can check it out right there. You see it? You see it? Can you see it? Zoom in, pause it, do whatever you got to do with it. But, so you've got that with Drew Brees. Drew Brees from 2002 to 2005 versus Jalen from 2021 to 2024. Like, this dude's like, he's way better than we're giving him credit for. But we're also going to get into, like, why a lot of this doesn't even matter. We've also got... I believe I pulled up one with Brady. Give me a sec, y'all. Give me a sec. We're doing this on the fly on a Thursday, just having some fun with it. I want to get in here because I haven't been in here on a Thursday in quite some time. And, you know, feels just the right time to get into some therapy. The doc said I got a few minutes a day, so I'm going to take advantage of these minutes that I got. You heard me? So, boom, you've got 47 games, both for Brady and Hurts. The one category, once again, that Tom Brady has over him is pass TDs, 69 to 63. Everything else, Jalen Hurts is smacking them up. I don't have I didn't take the right screenshot on this one because we can't see which years they were comparing, but I would imagine it's their first 47 games. Difference is Tom Brady at this point had 2 championships. Jalen Hurts only has 1, but he's been to 2 Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts two Pro Bowl appearances, and Tom Brady 1 Pro Bowl appearance. You got him at an average of 217.6 passing yards a game, where Jalen Hurts has 222.6. The detractors are, the people that will get upset with me will be like, well, it was a different game back then. Jalen Hurts passed more. But Jalen Hurts, the Eagles are playing an old school game, beating these in an old school way, like belt to ass. Jose! I don't know if I told you that. So we've got that going for us. And, of course, he's going to blow him out of the water with the rush yards also. And I just say this to say that, at that point in his career, much like a lot of people will say about Jalen Hurts, he's being carried by these guys, but you still have to be able to orchestrate the plan, bring it together, be a great conductor, whatever you want to call it, conductor, manager, whatever. He's going out there and doing it. There are personalities across the board on this team. Alphas all over the place. Dogs, killers, assassins, maniacs. He has to traverse all of that, and he does it effortlessly, so damn cool with a Kango on. Is you kidding me? So, so all the people that, talk trash about him and drag him, y'all need to start giving him some respect, put some respect on his name, give the man his flowers. Maybe not all of them quite yet, because that's another thing. The dude is crazy young. What is he, 27 years old? Hasn't even reached his prime yet, and he's getting maligned as if he's been in the league for 10, 15 years. We can't win the game, but you can't win. Which what are you talking about? One of Mega Maniac's favorite basketball players, Kate Cunningham. I used to trash him all the time. I drag because I can give a flock about him. It's not my team. Who cares? What are you talking about Kate Cunningham in Detroit for, bro? Who cares? Regardless of what, you go and watch this guy, after 4 years, this is his 4th year in the league, he's showing up and showing out. I believe he's averaging damn near a double-double, 3rd in assists in the league. Kate Cunningham is that dude, and that's when you give guys time, let them shine. They will do what they came to do, albeit I don't think Cade's getting a damn Super Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? But, because he doesn't play football, but I don't see championships in the near future for Cade. But, it's a different sport, a different thing, and whatever the case may be. But Jalen Hurts is out here doing this in his he's only been starting 4 years, 4 playoff appearances, 2 Super Bowl appearances. When will it stop? And you know what? Much like him, I hope it doesn't stop, because it seems to do nothing but fuel our boy. So once again, I say all of this to say, my boy deserves his flocking flowers, and y'all need to get it to him. I believe I touched on this other point that I just scratched the surface with the other day. But before I get into that, there was something else that I wanted to say. The other thing is that what I think we're going to see, especially with the advent of Kevin PHlock now being promoted to coordinator, and we saw a lot in the playoffs. You just saw this man sitting back, as we're watching right now, of course, because I'm watching the Super Bowl again. What else would you think, right? Number 14, Kenny G with the Sweet Feet music, and here goes Jake the Mate with a Phil Coach. I love this team, y'all. I hope you feel the same. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here, right? Regardless, which seems to be the word of the day. With Kevin PHlock and this game and throughout the playoffs, we've seen Jalen Hurts take more of a command at the line of scrimmage, taking command of the offense as a whole. So I believe we're going to start seeing that, because we've seen the arm talent. I don't give a flock what none of y'all is talking about. We've seen the arm talent. I remember one of the dopest plays I've seen live was Jalen Hurts curling out versus the Jets and just throwing that ball on a seed, firing that thing to, I believe, A.J. Brown. Sweet feet music, toe drag swag on the sideline. How did he, you thinking he's just going, rolling out and about to throw the ball away. Jets were in hot pursuit. And AJ was running a route to the out. And you're there's no way he's going to catch that. The way the talent that those two bring to the table, it's an amazing thing to behold, especially if you ever seen it live, man. These dudes are way nicer than they give it. Well, everyone knows AJ Brown, but you know what? Like he said, they play with his name too. So we've seen that. We've seen him the arm. We know that he's an elite runner. When he's decisive with it, he can just go. Elite may be a bit of a man. That dude is he's like that. He's strong. He might not have all that shiftiness of a Lamar Jackson, but he's strong as a damn strong person. So So he's got that going for him. He's got the run. And I think the next maturation, the next elevation, the next evolution of his game will be the mind thing. And like I said, we saw that a lot in this playoff run, on this Super Bowl run. Him going to the line of scrimmage, calling out plays. I mean, like I've said it before, he's calling out, he's calling the right run plays for Saquon. He sees the defense. He knows what's going to happen. And now him having someone that he's been in the fold, who he's had in the fold with him for the last 4 years, and Kevin Patullo, they have a bit of a rapport, I would imagine. It seems to me that, everyone loves the guy. I would imagine A.J. Brown has a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for, ulterior motives as to why he may love the fact that the passing game coordinator is now the offensive coordinator. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Regardless of whom or what, I just think that's the next step to his game. And we noticed that we got to see this because as much as it sucked to see Jason Kelce leave, we love Jason Kelce, Captain Kelce, if you Captain Kels, Mama's Day Kels, Mama's Parade Kelce, oh man, that's that dude. But it's much like an analogy that I thought about, inside the mind of the maniac. You don't know how, you can't tell someone's an elite bike rider with training wheels on. You just know that, okay, yeah, they can direct the bike and, put in the right direction, this, that, and the third. But with the training wheels on, you don't really know what this person is capable of on that bike. So when they took the training wheels off, i.e. Kelce, we got to see a different Jalen Hurts. It was a bit of tough sledding in the beginning. Sorry, man, I'm not going to be able to take that. So, it was a bit of tough sledding in the beginning. However, we saw the way it ended up in the Super Bowl, and I believe this is what we're going to see a bit more in the future of him just going to that line, taking control of the game. And I feel like the offense seemed to have run better once he adopted that role, if you will. Or maybe he just wasn't able to do that early on in the season. So, man, I'm just loving that quotient of it, the fact that he's there at that point in his career. And another thing I hear a lot of us fans talking about, like I said, I just touched on this a little bit the other day. A lot of fans seem to be enamored with, and I mean, even me, myself, I did it in again. I'm comparing numbers of numbers of Brady, the numbers of Drew Brees and all that, look what is going on over here. But the main number that we all love about Jalen Hurts is that number in the left side of whatever paper you're looking at, whatever site you're looking on, that left column, that W column, the numbers that he accrues in that column, quite honestly, is really all I care about. We've seen it, and it's just something about Jalen Hurts. I know maybe it's because I have a bias, it's because we have a bias. When I watch him on this field, it's when he first came up against the Saints, dogs, I could have sworn he threw for 300 that game and ran for 2. There was just something different. And one of the most amazing things I saw in that game against the Saints that we weren't seeing all that season with Wentz, as much as we may have loved Wentz, was throw the damn ball away. Live to fight another down. Seen Jalen Hurts get a little shaky with that a little bit in his career. Sometimes he just holds on too long. But, I mean, more often than not, he's going to come away with the W, whereas Wentz was not coming away with Ws anymore and way more INTs. So one of the dopest things I saw Jalen Hurts do in that game when he stepped up against the Saints was throw the ball away. The best thing I ever saw. And then, the next game, I believe, against the Cardinals, he threw the ball all over the field, albeit it was in a loss. But, it was like, oh, damn, he could do that. And I believe he lost the rest of the games. Maybe he went 1-4, 1-3. But it just looked different. Something about the dude, and you've heard it all the time, some people just have it. This game, the Super Bowl, it's damn, he only had 200, whatever, got the dub. And because then, you got the added 70. And then, I mean, if you don't get that AJ call back, and I believe there was another one called back, so, you're looking at damn near 300 yards right then and there. So, see, I'm getting caught up in the damn numbers. He's just, in my estimation, the dude just has it. He does what is needed. And like I was saying before, in my estimation, with Barkley up the wrong tree, it's an undeniable fact that some people are better at some things than others. That's indisputable. And we as Eagles fans at this point should accept that Hurts is not the best passer or the best runner. Yeah, I said it. Y'all tripping right now. What the flock is he talking about? Or even the best winner, because we got to give it up to the dude, Patrick Mahomes, the only dude with more, Cooper to G, the pick 6, yes, woo! That Orenberg's jump, man, man, there's so much Eagles gear that I want from this Super Bowl run, but I gotta chill out. It's getting stupid over here. But anyway, so yeah, we got to give it up to that dude, Patrick Mahomes, the only person in the league right now since Jalen Hurts is coming to the league with more wins than him over that span. So, you got to be real. The numbers are the numbers, right? I mean, head to head, though. Well, yeah, I think they're like 2-2 now because that first game had me so mad. I believe the first season that we made the playoffs started the season 2-5. Yeah, I felt like we was really in that game. That's when I felt a lot of people were like, we got smacked up, belt dance and all that. Like, I was like, dude, we was in that game. It was a way closer game than we were given credit for. However, so he lost that one and lost the Super Bowl. Then we won the regular season in this one. Yeah, I think they're like 2-2 head to head, which is a dope record to have against this dude, right? However, so yeah, it's not even the best winner, but neither was Brady at this point in his career. I go back on that Brady-ish. I don't know why, because I just feel like he's got that winning thing in him. Pause. Just that winning gene. Like, and that's how I saw Brady in the beginning. Like, Brady, just regardless of whatever they did, they won. It didn't look pretty. He wasn't throwing that thing all over the field. Yeah, he was not doing that early in his career, y'all. He wasn't bombing. He didn't start bombing until he got Randy Moss. And he never won a Super Bowl with Moss. Flocking Giants. Bleh. But neither was Brady at this point. But what we can say is that he does all three of these things cumulatively at a higher frequency than any other quarterback in the league right now. And that factually is undeniable. And for that, I believe is why he deserves some of his flowers right now, albeit in the infancy of his career. 2 Super Bowls, motherflockers. Like, what is we really talking about here? Like, and I mean, when you think about it all together, like, so you're gonna have Lamar, best runner. You've got Josh Allen and this dude, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Mahomes. Best throwers. You even can throw Lamar up there too. But and then winning, you've got Burrow beating Mahomes here and there. You've got Josh Allen just trying to get there. Lamar wins. He's got the MVPs and all that. But Jalen Hurts does all of these things at an elite clip. Yeah, I can say that. I don't give a damn what no one's saying out there as far as his arm goes. Okay, elite. Nah. I've seen things, man. No one's touching that thing like that. No one's dropping those bombs in there like that. No one's like, nah. Yeah. So, and he does all of these things cumulatively. Why did I choose that word? At an elite clip and at a frequency at par or above all of his counterparts in the league right now. And like I said, for that reason, I feel like, we need to, that's why we got to give him, man, some of his flowers at this point in his career. Not to mention the city of Philly gave your man his flowers the other day. Give it up for Jalen Alexander, the great Hurts. What? Citizen of the year in Philly? The Cody of Philly? Philly Cody! Let's fucking go. So proud of that man and all that he's accomplished at this point of his career, at this point in his life, man. And just happy that he helped bring the Lombardi Trophy back to where it belongs, because we are the only team ever to BTA Lombardi in a championship game in the history of the NFL. They can't ever take that away from us like they try to take away our championships because of the Super Bowl era. If we're going to take away championships, we need to take away the Giants' first 2 championships. They damn near, the NFL gave them a GM to fix their team because they were such a dumpster fire. Like, what are we talking about here? Not to mention the best player on their team was on PEDs all the time. What are we talking about here? I'm just playing, man. Kind of makes me mad, though. I just don't think they deserve it. They got a GM, like, they got a GM from the NFL. That's like when they tried to give damn Chris Paul to the Lakers back in the day, like when the NBA was running the Grizzlies, was it? Or whoever, the Hornets, the New Orleans, whatever the flock they was. But yeah, man. Shout out to our boy Jalen Alexander, great Hurts. And now we're going to get into my boy Dragon Baun Zach Baun. He's up there for this bag. And there's many ways that you can look at this. Like, you've got him. I believe how he initially, the way I saw it, how he's like, it brings good rapport with the league, with other free agencies, other players out there when they see us, let our players go be great. So you know what? let the market, kind of dictate what he's going to make right now. And, we can raise it up. They can raise it up. And, hey, look, we got that man his bag. He goes off, he goes on, and he gets that money. Or we see how he sees it, sees where it's at. Like, listen, I might not be able to reach that, but I could give you this. Or maybe even match it, depending on where that number is. Because there's, a lot of things that you have to take into account. The fact that he is, I believe, 28, 29 years old. I believe they treat linebackers pretty much the same way they treat running backs around this time. You're not really going to get that bag. However, the thing with Baun, and I'm pretty sure these guys are smart. They're not as smart as we give them credit for sometimes. They're definitely not as smart as Howie busting the stupid dope moves, Howie Potter waving that magic wand. You know what I'm saying? But some of these guys are smart, and you're going to look at it and see that Zac Baun, albeit maybe 28, 29 years old, he's got a lot of tread on that tire. He wasn't getting, he wasn't but he wasn't enduring the abuse on a grind for the last 6 years and every damn play for the damn Saints. No. Special teams here and there, not too much. So I just say all that to say that he's got a lot of tread left on that tire. Look at our boy Mill Will. It's about to be 20 Mill Will. But yeah, so you got Baun, these are reasons why we may be able to keep him. And I just like what Howie's doing, letting that man go out there and try and get the most that he can get. There are also things that, you got Howie saying it could be a slow off season, and I'm seeing a lot of the, we've got a lot of young up. He keeps saying, the youth and the young guys coming up. You've got, Oren Burks is probably out the damn door too. But, then that's another reason why I think we may keep him, because Nakobe Dean is probably going to be out damn near half the year next season. And I know you've got Vic Fangio, who's like the linebacker whisperer over here. But, I mean, much like I heard dudes on the whip saying today, like last year, after letting our boy T.J. Edwards go, what we had to do at the linebacker position, what we had to go through, what we had to live through was just like mediocre linebacker play. And, I mean, if it's not in the cards for Howie to allocate that type of money to the linebacker position, I mean, who are we to say Howie's wrong? But, I mean, Howie, you're wrong, because we saw what happened last year when we tried to piecemeal the whole linebacker room, and that's not, in my estimation, it's not the way to go, albeit I know there's a lot of guys that have to be paid. There's still a draft to come up with. There's going to be guys falling from trees. There's going to be guys that are going to be dying to come here to win with us. So we got to take all these things into account. And much like the main thing is Jalen Carter's about to get paid out the ass. Not to mention we got two up-and-coming cornerbacks that'll probably be around for a while. Then a crazy edge, two edges that are coming into their own. And then that also lends me into the Myles Garrett thing. As much as I would love to have, are you kidding me? Myles Garrett and Jalen Carter on the same defensive line with these maniacs, Jelix Hunt and Nolan Smith and whatever other guys in Moro Ojimo. Getting ahead of myself. This is about Baun. Dragon Ball Z. He can also look at it like, say for instance, do you want, what is it? What was I saying? Baun may take a discount. It's prosperity versus anonymity. So you've won a Super Bowl here. You're good in Philly forever. Albeit whatever you take and a little whatever discount you take, you will get on the back end living in who knows if anyone wants to live, if he wants to stay in, it seems like he loves Philadelphia, right? So, I mean, you're good in the city forever. You're talking deals when you're winning. When you're winning, the money comes. You feel me? When you get the money, you get the honey. So when you get the winning, that's when the dividends come flowing from all kinds of things, endorsements. Go somewhere, but now, say for instance, you take the big bag, you go somewhere, you're on a mediocre team, they do nothing, you're in anonymity, who knows who you are, you're just falling through the cracks. Yeah, you got a bag, and it is don't get it twisted, there's nothing wrong with a bag. You got your chip, you got your bowl, and you got the bag, you're golden, right? This all depends on what you want out of this. And Baun, who am I to tell him what to do? Of course, I would love to have him back. And because I'm selfish with selfish Eagles fans, you're like, I'm 13, 15 mil a year. Yeah, over, 3 years. And it's just, and you hate to ever second guess Howie, but you sit here and think like, damn. And I was one of the dudes, I was all for Huff coming here. Like I said, I went to that Jets game. You guys heard me talking about it all last offseason. If you was checking in, I went to that game, and all you heard all damn game, huff, 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 huff. Oh, no, whatever the flock his name is. But I think it was also, there was another dude, Brees Hall. No, that's the running back, Bryce Hall. So you have Bryce Hall and Bryce Huff. So whatever the case may be, I could have been confused. Regardless of what, when we got Bryce Huff, I was all for it. But you just look back right now, hindsight being 2020 as it is, like, damn, that money. If a Huff contract is what keeps, and there's still, his book isn't done yet either. I know a lot of people down on him, but I've also seen a video of where guys put it up. Other content creators were like, he wasn't as bad as we thought he was last season. However, we saw what Baun 100% was. And I think one of the biggest things, albeit Fangio may be the linebacker whisperer, and he may be, and I mean, you've got Baun with the tackles and his fundamentals on point, but the playmaking ability, any football player will tell you. I mean, they had ESPN used to have a whole damn show called Playmakers. Michael Irvin's nickname is Playmaker. Playmaking is a whole different level, man, and all the dude does is make plays all damn day, every damn game. I believe he had to force the turnover, got a turnover every damn game in the playoffs. Like, the dude is amazing. I think it's something that we definitely got to step up and grab. And it's a matter of what he wants to do with it, man. And I just, and my heart of hearts, if I had to pick right now, I would say I think he's gone, y'all. It sucks. Gone Baun. And he's going to have a new nickname, Big Bag Baun, because I think he's going to get that dough. Some team is going to step up. If not just to have him be great, just to stick it to us, because it seems like that's what the rest of the NFL wants to do right now with all the touch push. I mean, brother, I can't believe I just called it that. But, them trying to take brotherly shove out of the league, which is a whole other thing that our boy Jalen Alexander the Great Hurts brings to the game. I even heard Shady the other day talking crazy like, it sucks because Barkley could have had those touchdowns. That's not a guarantee. Barkley would have had those touchdowns. James Jones, you're going to look in his career. He's got 100 touchdowns in his career, 72 of them. Another man was pushing him. Like, they're minimizing, trivializing how much Jalen Hurts offers to this. Other quarterbacks try it. Other quarterbacks can't. You know why? Because this man squats 60,000 pounds. Is you stupid? Get the fuck out of my face and give my boy his flowers, man. I hope we keep Baun. Like I said, in my heart of hearts, I don't think we're going to keep him. Until the next time, make sure the best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. That's about all the time I got right here, man. Got that off my nest, got that off my chest. I feel zen right now. That felt good. Giving it up for our boy H1M, albeit the back of this jersey says, "There's the flock up, the flock up, the flock off." You already know how I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time, man. I got questions, man. What you going to do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs out on you? You know what we did? We won that ball, bitch. I had to be. I'm sorry, y'all. I usually don't go that route. I just had. Feels good, man. But yeah, man. Give it to me one time. EAGLES. Eagles. Let's flock and go. Get the flock up out of here.